absolute street war.
Five months ago, I left Vienna on my bike, on a mission to cycle across Europe. Since then, I conquered thousands and thousands of meters of elevation and crossed 10 countries. During this time, I experienced so many things, made unforgettable memories and had lots of ups and downs. What's certain is that I enjoyed every single moment of it. It is now the end of October, which means slowly winter is approaching. And because of that, and also because my savings are coming to an end, I made a hard decision to turn back. Turning back right before reaching my goal, Istanbul. Turning back right before I was supposed to cross the Turkish border. Now I'm on my way back to Vienna, following the Danube once more. But now over Bulgaria, Romania and Serbia, and later through Hungary and Slovakia. Thank you for joining me in the adventure of my life, and have fun with this new episode.
Welcome to another really beautiful day of this tour. It's perfectly autumn weather. The sun is actually really strong still. And before I was just in t-shirt and I was perfectly warm. Really nice.
My original plan was to bike along the Danube on the Romanian side until I would eventually cross into Hungary. But after the experiences in the last days with the reckless drivers and the risky takeovers, I decided to change the plan. I will cross the Danube once more to return to Bulgaria and bike there until Serbia. The route should be way more scenic and the traffic better. Well, I guess it cannot get worse anyways. But first things first, crossing to Bulgaria, and after a very long time taking the chance to finally wash my clothes again, in the city on the other side of the Danube, Vidin.
Border crossing passed, and this time actually they really checked and even scanned the passport. But the cool thing is, here on this bridge to Bulgaria, which is I think 1.5 kilometers long, there is a bike lane. So, one of the coolest border crossings.
The ride into Vidin was quite nice, with almost no traffic. The city itself seemed calm, with amazing views over the Danube. I enjoyed in particular the remains of an old fortress. So what better place to spend a day and clean my clothes?
It is clean again. I smell like a human again. My clothes are all washed. It's super nice. Also, in 4 days the time change begins and the winter time begins. So it will be 1 hour earlier dark. But I just decided I will keep the old rhythm and just wake 1 hour up earlier and then end the day 1 hour earlier. That's the plan. I am super excited actually hitting the road tomorrow again. Anyways, I'm hungry, get some food and sleep early so we can start early tomorrow.
New day, new route. It was time to leave Vidin and bike to the Serbian border.
So, first 14 kilometers in Bulgaria. I need to say it's actually really pleasant to bike here. So far there were no dogs, almost no cars. I guess it's a very small street. The weather is actually quite warm.
So the perfect conditions to scrape some kilometers fast.
We got the top down, cruising at 65. The engine's rolling, it's good to be alive. Out on the highway, oh yeah, we're free now. We watch the sun rise up, we watch the sun go down. On the open road, it's so inviting on the open road.
The kilometers flew by and soon I got very close to the border.
Here, on the other side of this ditch whatsoever, that's Serbia. The border crossing is further ahead. But we are very close to Serbia, country number 11. And there's the border police already. Friends, welcome to Serbia, country number 11 and the last new country on this tour. I need to say I was also a little bit scared at the border crossing because it's more serious, or at least they looked more serious. That always makes me feel so guilty even though I didn't do anything. Anyways, country number 11, Serbia. I need to say, it is so weird. A few kilometers already after the border, it's completely different than before in Bulgaria and Romania. The landscape, but also like the villages, if you look at them, they could be just in Slovenia or Austria. Really feels like getting closer to Austria. The architecture is very similar.
The plan was to reach the beautiful Serbian city in Negotin today and stay in a campground directly in the middle of the city. The ride there should be perfect. A small road with almost no traffic and beautiful sunset colors caressing some mountain ridges in the foreground. After so many flat days, I was excited to see my bike computer warning me about some inclines coming ahead. The last 20 kilometers to Negotin were absolutely spectacular.
We set sail into the moon. Tilt our tails to the morning dew. Our plans and schemes seem so serene. Amongst the stars, red, gold and green.
In the center of Negotin, I found probably the best sleeping spot in this town. A garden where a guest house owner had a tent for visitors who want to enjoy a night under the stars. And although the night was quite chilly, the warm food he gave me and my sleeping bag kept me warm enough. In the morning I got spoiled with coffee and breakfast, and my host, a bike enthusiast himself, decided to keep me company for about 30 kilometers until the Danube. It was amazing to have company. Except for one small dog attack. The ride was perfect and I enjoyed a sunny autumn day.
So, that was actually really funny, biking together. And it was really beautiful next to the Danube. Perfect weather, it's super warm and the colors are just amazing. What's really interesting, I saw so many cars from Austria, especially from Vienna. I'm getting close. Really nice campsite, really nice accommodation.
After we said goodbye, there were only a few dozen kilometers left for the day, and I was planning to reach the city Kladovo, where I will have to search for a camp spot near the Danube. And here, the Danube is the border between Romania and Serbia, and I could see on the other side of the river the Romanian city, where I would have stayed in case I would have chosen to bike on that side of the Danube.
Good morning, back on the bike. I'm already leaving or left Kladovo, now at the outskirts, and biking towards the Iron Gate. Generally, I think today will be a really nice bike ride. I'm looking forward since quite a while for this day.
The Iron Gate is a gorge on the Danube. Here, the river not only separates two countries and two mountain ranges, the Carpathian and the Balkan Mountains, but it's also one of the narrowest parts of the Danube and one of the biggest highlights of this river, and definitely one for me. Not only because of the scenery, but also because I was really looking forward to conquer some elevation after so many days of cycling on flat roads.
I need to say I'm so lucky with the weather. It's so beautiful. Perfect period to bike actually here. Really nice. Everything is golden, red, yellow. Danube is perfectly blue because of the sky.
My route prediction didn't lie. There was finally elevation again.
I just had a quite steep incline. I think it was around 300 meters of elevation with 7 to 10% of incline. And I can feel that Greece made me quite weak. It was quite difficult compared to, I don't know, I had this almost every day in Albania with the mountain, also Montenegro. Well, all Montenegro was really hilly. And then also Croatia, I don't know. I had this almost every day, but in Greece there was not much. So my legs needed to work, got back into routine. was nice. Good incline. I missed it.
The nice thing about elevation is that you get immediately rewarded with amazing views, and hell, I did. This day couldn't have been more perfect. Awesome weather, dramatic views and autumn colors.
There's a serpent coiled in the lower chambers of my mind.
So, it's really beautiful, but now, of course, there's a wind pushing me back, making it even harder. It's constantly up and down. What I really don't like now is the wind.
Actually, my route plan lied a little bit. The elevation was less than expected because of some tunnels built into the mountains.
So this is now a longer tunnel, and there's a button that you should press. It says press this button at the entrance, which is a great idea because this signal should start to blink to warn the people, but the whole thing doesn't work, of course. Nothing happens when you press this stupid button. And golden hour has begun. Oh, this is beautiful. These views there in the back, the mountains.
As beautiful as the golden hour is, it also means the sun goes slowly to sleep and I have to find a supermarket to get my dinner and then find a nice camp spot before it's completely dark. I'm not that sure where to find one here though.
I found food, but it's still 20 kilometers before I want to stop, but there's nothing else anymore. I don't want to take any risk, so got my noodles, and very annoying. The first time in my life, actually, I think it's the first time I got stung by a bee. And now I make cold compression on the finger. It burns, but it's okay. At least I'm not allergic. That seems to be good.
I found on the map an abandoned campground, and after the amazing experience in Croatia, I decided this place will be my home for tonight.
This place, this campground, is actually everything but abandoned. It was super nice. It's still in use, and the owner is super nice. She gave me some of this. I forgot the name, but it's some homemade jam. Tastes really good.
And now, finally time for my noodles.
Beautiful noodle. Really good. Perfect.
With a warm feeling in the stomach, it is time now to find out how cold the night will be.
Good morning. Packed everything and ready to leave. I was actually a bit worried that this night would be very cold, but actually not at all. I had 2 pairs of socks on, but with that it was really comfortable warm. Anyways, long story short, I'm about to leave. Today is the last day of this biking week, and then the last week begins. Crazy.
Today is actually a special day, not only because the time got switched to winter time, but because I have to catch a small ferry to cross the Danube, and there's not so many every day and no way around it.
It's around 1 hour till the ferry goes, and I still have almost 30 kilometers left, so I need to make speed.
This became a run against the clock. If I miss this ferry, it means I need to take the next one. But that one only arrives after sunset, and on the other side I still have to bike many kilometers. Biking in Serbia, in the darkness and on a busy road is definitely not my favorite thing to do. So I was pushing as hard as possible to catch this one.
4 minutes left and 2 more kilometers. Let's go. I went down this hill and I actually saw the ferry leaving. It was literally 1 minute. I missed it. The good news is, because of the time change, did not leave at 5, they leave at 4, which is good. But I will arrive exactly when it starts to get dark. Anyways, it is what it is. There's no other option. And I'm really hungry and I'm getting hangry.
The last 45 kilometers were all done in the darkness, so I cannot show you much from the road and show you instead some more of the sunset. How was the ride, you may wonder? I can summarize it in 2 words: scary and stressful. The traffic was insane, lots of cars and bad drivers. But I made it.
Good morning! The last week of this tour has begun. Today is Monday and this Sunday I should arrive in Vienna if everything goes right. Well, everything will go right, so I will arrive. Optimism. Anyways, and today is the last day in Serbia. Today we will go all the way out of Serbia, cross to Romania and reach a city called Timișoara. And this is then the last stop before reaching Hungary.
I can't complain much about the weather, because I was super lucky with it during the entire tour. But now winter is really almost here.
Today is the first time I'm using my rain clothes because it was raining before. Now it's just foggy. Anyways, it's now I think 16 kilometers to Romania, to the border. Then we are back in the Union and back at the horrible drivers in Romania. I'm scared. And reaching Romania also means getting the pepper spray ready in case there are dogs chasing. Normally they are not really aggressive, but you never know, so I rather have it. But usually if you just brake harsh, make a sound from the brakes and stop running away, they don't have this instinct of chasing you, then they go away. Most of the usually.
Honestly, after the previous experience biking in Romania, where dog attacks are rated in almost every village and the roads were filled with crazy drivers, I got a bit nervous about crossing into Romania. The beginning of the ride, after I crossed the border, was not as bad as I was expecting it. But as I was getting closer and closer to Timișoara, that changed. The roads got bigger and the traffic wilder. So many risky takeovers and some just a few inches away from me.
I arrived in Timișoara and it was physically really easy to bike, but mentally it was so incredibly draining. I feel like I could sleep now. Anyways, I arrived and this also means this is the end of the second last episode of my bikepacking adventure through Europe.
This leaves us with only one episode left where we head all the way to Vienna. And I actually thought it would be one of the easiest weeks, but actually it was really difficult. But more about this in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you liked it, give a thumbs up. And to not miss the next episode, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week for a new adventure. Ciao, ciao.
7 days since she left, I'm still amazed. The way she dressed, I mean, woof. The way she smelled, made my every cell scream rum, bum, bum, bum. Huh. Who knew what in the date could make me feel this way? Now I'm in love and I'm ready to play. Wrote her a text like, hey baby, do you wanna hang out? But then she goes.